Hey, hey, Rosalind. Hey, Danny. Good to see you. Good to see you. I'm just grabbing me a little spot of coffee. Just a little spot. I hope y'all doing good. Hey, Miss Lynn. Hey, Free. How you doing? It's good to see you guys. Hey, Mama Three. How are you? Good to see you. I did come on for a little bit of conversation to check on my 6 supporters. I see my 6 supporters have arrived. Hey, Miss Rakita, how you doing? Y'all welcome to make yourselves at home. You already know. Jaleel is in the building. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I do got all kinds of things I want to chat about today. Y'all welcome to join me if you like. I'm just gonna heat my coffee up real quick. Shout out to Mama Three for stopping in the building. I think you my only moderator that get you and Mel probably be my only moderators that get my notifications regardless. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to y'all. Shout out. But welcome, welcome, welcome. I hope everybody is doing well. Let me know if y'all can hear me before I get started. Let me know if you can hear me. Let me know if you can hear me. And shout out to everybody. Shooby doo. I had to put a little heat on my coffee. Yeah, it's almost warm enough. Can y'all hear me? Yay, nay, maybe, a little bit, slightly. Mama Three, thank you so much for blessing me. Thank you. I really, really appreciate you, sis. From the bottom of my heart, thank you so much. And thanks for letting me know that you can hear me. We're going to get into some things and things. I'm not talking that loud right now because I'm downstairs in the hubby napping. Come on, Rebel Babble. Dooby dooby doo. Dooby dooby doo. All right. Sit. Oh, that coffee went down wrong. You said you sitting outside. I can dig it. All right. I'm where I need to be. As you all already know, for the next couple of days or so, I think till maybe about Friday, I'm gonna be a little shaken and stirred, as they say in the bartending world. Um, Over here in the 411, watching the groundhog. Oh, I got you, I got you. However, ooh, I will be between my three particular platforms, whether I'm over here in this 411 Club 411 or over on Kick. I've also I'm gonna keep my music over there on Kick so I don't keep getting hit left and right or whatever. A lot of people will probably catch this replay again. I'm not expecting too many people over here because of the situation, but I didn't want that to stop myself from coming through and checking on those that do get their notifications, at least until this unnecessary debacle is over. So that's the disclaimer for today. Hope everybody's doing well, and then we're gonna go get into this show. All right. I will also be back later. I don't know if I'm gonna do it in this live or on a different live, but there's a few things that I want to just talk about today. Later on, hey twin mommy, good to see you. Hey sister gal, good to see you. Later on today, if I don't get to it in this live, I do want to come back with finally with my official opinions concerning the Carmelo Anthony case. I was in Mentors Live last night, which I did find quite interesting. Um, and I want to kind of go over a little bit of what he and I was, you know, discussing considering the case that he broke down yesterday or whatever. And so, yes, I listened to his perspective and, have a couple of opinions, this, that, and the third. Of course, mentors, if you hear this message, you're welcome to join me later if you would like to further give your opinion. Thank you, Mama 3, so much for dropping that link. Thank you, love. So, this first part of my segment, is I'm gonna try to do as respectfully as possible. Um, but it's gonna come how it come. All right. Hey Lonnie, how are you, love? How are you? Now, I I often try to stay away from certain topics when possible. Sometimes I dip in, sometimes I won't. But in this case, I'm going to dip in just for a little second here because I do have some opinions, right? And I do want this, I'm coming off as respectfully as I can. If people decide to take my commentary personal as per usual, then hey, it is what it is and it's going to be what it's going to be. Shout out to Sierra, my love. Welcome in, welcome in. Now, I do have some opinions on some things. Now, I had missed a whole lot of Dawn's live, the live that she did with Auntie Pimo. I was only there for about 30 minutes of the 5 hour live, a lot of which I got to hear for the first time while I was over supporting Queen Fee. All right, Queen Fee played a good few minutes of it. And so I still have so much I need to listen to. And I know that Queen Fee said she was going to do a breakdown, I guess, towards the weekend. It is a lot packed into that live, and I wanted to come and just briefly speak on a little bit of it and maybe get a clearer perspective, maybe understand it, maybe just give my opinion and that be that, right? So I got my coffee to the left of me, the giggly to the right of me, and we just gonna enjoy this show with whoever cares to join us. Thank you so much for being here, you guys. Love you all the long way, and you knew that already. Now, I don't know how all this stuff came to be or why it came out. None of that. I really personally don't care. All right. Um, but I did hear some things that Auntie Pimo and Don was saying, and a lot of which I 100% agree with. Now, some things I want to go over, some things that was said. I know that I know that people do not like when that lady is spoken about or whatever, when people give their opinion. I'm going to try to do this, like I said, as respectfully as possible. Again, it is what it is, though, Um, I'm going to discuss Brianna in this part of my life, right? I am not here to drag Brianna. I would never drag her children. But I do want to give some understanding to some things. You feel me? You may or may not agree with me. If you don't, it really don't require anybody like going live and dragging me for my opinion. My opinion shouldn't mean that much to those that don't care for me. However, that's neither here nor there with me. So we'll just continue. All right. Now, Dawn, Dawn went live, and I cannot give you the gist of how all this stuff started. I can only get into some things that I heard from these lives, from that live or whatever, and that I have an opinion on. The first thing that I want to say before I even give my opinion is we, I am 100% in agreement that children should not be dragged or talked about in a derogatory way on this here internet. I'm 100% with you there. With whoever feels that way, right? I've always spoken that as well and try to stay away from that type of thing. However, dragging and talking about a kid in a derogatory way is very different than speaking about how a person is raising their children. I don't want that to fly over anybody's head, so I'm going to try to say that again. It is a big difference between dragging somebody's child and speaking about how someone is raising their child. And we should not, if possible, confuse the two. Okay. The reason why I say this, hold on one second. Let me sip my coffee. Hey, here with Tree. Good to see you, love. Good to see you. Now, from what I heard with Dawn, one more sip, one more sip. I think this particular time is because Bree put the TPO on Don. I think this particular time is because Bree put the TPO on Don. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Gotcha. So let's talk about some things that Don said. And then some things I heard other people say, right? I'm not going to do a whole lot of, you may have to do a PowerPoint slide with that explanation for some of her supporters because they don't get it. This is true. Um, this is very true. This conversation I'm about to have is going to be one from an honest place, right? I'm only giving this disclaimer because I ain't out here trying to hurt nobody's feelings. But if you are so deep into your emotions and feelings about things that people cannot give an opinion without somebody going live crying about it or upset about this, that, or the third, I don't know what to tell you, okay? Because honestly, this content creation stuff is way out of hand. You know what I mean? It is way too many people concerned with the opinions of another. It's, like, where everybody's entitled to their opinion. Nobody is exempt from having an opinion on them. You understand? And I think that sometimes we get crossed up with our the abilities to be fanned out over people or just love people so much we feel like we can control the thoughts of how other people feel about them, and that's just a way to end up disappointed. You end up disappointing yourself trying to control what people think about someone you like or you care for, whatever the case may be. All right, all you can really do is continue to care for them, like them, love them, or whatever the case may be. But you can't control or force people to see anyone the way that you do. All right. And that goes for anyone. This is not a dig with anyone. This is simply if the shoe fits, wear it. Um, and I'm only giving this disclaimer because I'm going to give my opinion. And I really wish people would not be in their feelings about that. You know what I mean? Um, let me see. Let me see. And I can agree in some ways, right? But let me break it down to you. Let us get into it and maybe you guys will kind of understand where I'm coming from, right? Give me 1 second. Thank you, Free. Thank you for rooting the homie on. Ain't nothing like you know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing like somebody in your corner. You know what I mean? All right, check this out. The first thing that we must understand is that Brianna is a public figure. All right. That is what it says underneath her situation. The same way that people pull our backgrounds up for their entertainment and humor and things like that, go through people's court records and all of this stuff, is the same way you can expect that people are going to do where it comes to Brianna and the baby daddies, right? Now, I have nothing personally against Brianna. Why? Because I do not know her. Much like many people who will fight tooth and nail, to protect her brand image or whatever the case may be. Nobody really knows her. You know what I mean? Nobody that's in this saga grew up with her or any of that. Everybody really met this lady due to being a public figure here on YouTube, right? I mean, on Facebook or wherever, right? Or both, whatever. But listen, Linda, all right. When you come out here as a public figure, for one, you can't control what people speak about when it concerns you or your family or whatever, right? Because for one thing about it, the first way to protect children is to leave them off of this here internet, right? That's the first way a parent can go about protecting their kids from being talked about, is to keep them off the internet. Now, if that doesn't work, I'm going to use the advice that another content creator gave, right? Another content creator said that if you gonna come on here and pop your shit, have your shit together, right? Have your teeth fixed, have your, your fits fitted, have yourself together if you gonna come out here and pop shit. If not, people are going to use the things that ain't together about you and they gonna bring it to the forefront. You heard me? So let me dig a little deeper so you can understand my point, right? See, when people go and see Brianna, they're not just looking at they could easily just look at the person, but oh no. See, what happens is when you have people that's so fanned out, they treat a person like they are perfect, like they are straight perfection, flawless. When they throw a person in other people's faces saying, "Hey, look at her, be jealous. Look at this, be jealous. Look at her beautiful smile, be jealous. Look at her wardrobe, be jealous." When they say, look at her life, look at her body, be jealous, understand when you tell somebody that they should be jealous of someone, they're not just going to look at the parts of that person you're trying to point out. They're going to, when you tell somebody, oh, you jealous, jealous of this person. You jealous. Well, see, that person you're accusing of being jealous is going to take a good look at the person you're saying they're jealous of, and they're going to do some analyzing. They're going to do some evaluations. Do you hear me? So while you are pointing out, and hey, listen, Linda, only if the shoe fits, wear it. Listen, Linda, if you're going to point out how great someone is, right? You cannot treat someone like they are perfection just by way of looks, just by way of eye color, just by way of um hair grade, by the way they dress. All no, 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 no. See, some people are gonna look at how you speak. Hmm? Some people are gonna look at how you treat others. Hmm? Some people are gonna look at how you act in front of family, in front of your children, so and so forth. Some people are going to look at how you raise your children. See, once they go past the smile, once they go past the nice body or this, that, and the third, they start evaluating other things. See, like someone said, if you gonna be on here popping shit or acting like that shit, then you gotta make sure that your boxes is checked in all areas. Or you can't be mad if you're trying to come out here looking like your shit don't stink, acting like your shit don't stink, and then you get friendly, healthy reminders that your shit actually do stink. Mm? Now, some prime examples. Hey, Too Real, my love. Welcome in, sweetheart. Some prime examples would be I heard Dawn mention one of the children's teeth. Yes, I did. All right. I heard Dawn mention one of the children's teeth. And when that child's teeth was mentioned, it was speaking about the lack of care put in the child's teeth by the parent, right? It wasn't to say, nanny boo boo, your teeth yellow, your teeth caked up, yo this, that, and the third. It's to say, if you're going to be around here being praised for how white and beautiful your teeth are, if you're going to be around here with a $20,000 smile or whatever the case may be, then no, your children's teeth should not be yellow. They should not be caked up. They should be cared for. They should be properly brushed. They should have access to these hygiene products on a regular basis. See, that's not speaking on the kid's lack of effort because the kid is a kid. All right. This is why kids get raised until they're able to keep up with these things on their own. Once it is taught to them, once it is instilled in them. Do you hear what I'm saying to you? Now, if they got to raise themselves, just say that. If the kids got to raise themselves because people too busy worried about what the mother got on, huh? How good the mother shaking that ass in the camera, huh? How the hair is flawless on the mother, but yet people discuss how the children's hair is not kept up properly on a regular basis, huh? We can brag about how the mother goes to the salon every week and slay, sometimes days after one particular style, and this, that, and the third. And people say, be jealous. Be jealous, y'all mad that y'all can't switch your hairstyles up every week. You're jealous of this, that, and the third. Well, maybe if we're jealous, maybe the children are jealous too. Maybe the children are jealous that they can't get their hair done 2 times a week, every week, this, that, and the third. Maybe they are jealous that their smiles can't shine as bright as the mothers. See, while we're busy trying to make excuses saying, don't say nothing about the children. Hey, listen, Linda, listen, it is 95,000 lives being done where Carmelo Anthony's case is being concerned, and he is a minor, all right? uh what's the little girl name? Shirley, Miss Shirley. Miss Shirley had 95,000 lives going on about her. And listen, Linda, listen. It is a big difference between speaking ill directly on a child and speaking ill on the care that the mother gives the child. Don't play with it. Don't play with it. We're not even going to do that. We're not even going to do that. We're not going to say that it's act like someone, an adult, is blaming a child for its for the child's upkeeping. For the little boy or little girl, whoever child it is, whatever, these children are not responsible for raising themselves, huh? So we're saying it's okay for the mother to put more thought into what outfit gonna show the crack of her ass the best, but won't put the same care into caring for the hygiene of these children. Hmm? Is that what we doing? Is that what we doing? We saying praise Brianna for having a Colgate smile. Praise her for investing 20K into her mouth. But let's not point out that the little girl's toothbrush is far away from wherever the hell she brushed her teeth or whatever's the nearest bathroom that she used. I only heard Dawn say, why is the toothbrush all the way downstairs in an area that the little girl is never in? That's not talking shit about the little girl. That's questioning the order of which this house is ran. Now, if you're going to talk to me, you know not to come up in here acting like you can't hear good. You heard me? Shout out, and shout out. Hey, Angela, baby. Shout out to you. Hey, Free Thinking. Welcome in, welcome in. It's a pleasure to greet you all. Let me sip my coffee, if you will. See, if people really gave a fuck, whether they liked or loved Brianna or not, they would not let her have egg on her face by way of her children. Hmm? Your children is a reflection of you. All right? You can't be out here all full of perfections, huh? But the upkeeping of your children is flawed. Hmm? Nobody wants to talk. Hey, Miss Trina, how you doing? Welcome in, and I hope that you are having a most beautiful day, love. If y'all could, please smash that like button, you know? Y'all know I only got 10 family members in here and 30 haters, but we don't mind. All right. They need to learn something. All right. They need to learn something. Hold on, I gotta light my giggly bush back. The fuck? Someone also mentioned, hold on one second. Hey, Ashley, boy, mom, beautiful. It's so good to see you, love. Somebody also mentioned that the that Mo had a lot of silver in her mouth or whatever. Which we know are usually, if I'm not mistaken, caps or fill-ins to help with cavities and things of that nature, right? Well, listen, us real supporters ain't going nowhere, sis. You already know it's up and stuck with us, baby. Shout out to y'all. I love y'all the long way, and you know this. And thank you for the reassurance, baby. You know what I'm saying? And I never doubted it. You heard me? That's why I love y'all. Um, Somebody had mentioned the metal, the fillings or the caps or whatever. I'm not sure which it is. Of course, I'm not, I'm not all down there in the little girl throat, all right? But however, and God bless her, I think all of the children involved in this family are beautiful, beautiful spirited children, from Desharia down to Momo. I mean down to the twins. I forget we got two additions. But yes, I think all the kids are wonderful and beautifully made. Now they were speaking about how the child has metal or caps or whatever. Well, this is another testament to, usually it should take a good amount of time to get a lot of cavities in your mouth. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I mean, that kind of stuff can form, and let me be clear here, from too much sugar. But let me tell y'all something else. All right. Yes, your teeth can get messed up due to too much sugar and things like that, right? And candy, too much candy and things of that nature. But let me also tell you this. Bad teeth, as we already know, or when you are very young and have to get a lot of work done, it's due to improper mouth hygiene and care. All right? Other things that can rot out your teeth as a child is not only candy, but it is also when you are not properly brushing, plaque build up, food particles staying in the mouth and getting old, and all of this staying between your teeth, and in between your teeth and your gum line, and food gets wedged all the time in the backs of your tongues, which is why it is very important to not just brush your teeth, but to brush your tongue and your gums, the roof of your mouth, underneath your tongue. All of this is taught. All right. That little girl, we use the term, hey, go brush your teeth. Well, to a child, that's exactly what that means. Go brush your teeth. But you have to be taught to brush your entire mouth. All right. Not just your teeth. To get back there behind the wisdoms and all of that. You heard me? These things are taught to you. All right. It is a child has to be managed when it comes to hygiene. Another thing that was brought up is concerning hygiene, which I'm seeing is a pattern here for some reason. It is a pattern. All right. Exactly. When you leave candy and things like that, for instance, um when I with which if y'all have followed me the entire time I've been on here, for instance, I did not know that when I got my wisdom teeth out, two came out and two was pulled out. Well, I did not go, and this happened 3 years ago, you guys, when my wisdom teeth were pulled, and I did not have in mind the fact that because of the extra space in the back of my mouth, that my teeth would start to shift. Hence the gap that I have, right? And because I really didn't mind or whatever at the time, I didn't go and try to prevent myself from getting a gap. I really don't care. You know what I'm saying? So this is also what happened to when they shifted. It's what also gave my teeth a more length. Now, in my case, what I can go do at any given moment for dirt cheap, you guys, it is not expensive to get your teeth shaved down. Okay, at all. All right. What happened over 3 years, I can fix. You know what I'm saying? A kid cannot make these choices on their own. Okay. Now, do you think I'm going to stay off camera because I have a gap now? Do you think I'm going to stay out of the camera because my teeth shifted? Do you think I'm going to stay off camera until I go and get them shapen and shaved? No, the fuck I'm not. No, the fuck I'm not. I'm 42 years old. I don't have to worry about kids at school picking on me or people at no job picking on me or doing this or doing that. And damn sure don't give a fuck about no ops on the internet. But these children don't have that option. They do not have that option. Now, it didn't come from lack of hygiene. It came from lack of what I didn't know what happened once my all my wisdom teeth were gone. It was for lack of knowledge, not lack of hygiene. Let me see. Let me see. And yes, if anybody would like to bless this live, as I have not been able to really do too much over here. I've been able to go live, but y'all know I've been a little shaken and stirred out of the algorithm. So, if anybody wants to, you know, bless this live in any way, I would really greatly appreciate it. If you want to renew your memberships, if you notice that you're not green, if you would like to renew your membership or anything like that, I would really appreciate the love and support as we bring this month almost to a close. Okay. However, um, let me see, where was I? So what I'm saying is that it is not a flex to big somebody up about things that they took time out to do for themselves but not for their children, right? That's what that means, right? It means that, these children, they are not responsible for trying to figure things the fuck out. That's what parents are for, you know? Absolutely. Absolutely, Ashley. Absolutely. Now, I don't know how many people in here is mothers. I am not a mother, but has raised many children fresh out the womb. And let me tell you something. How many of y'all in this chat is gonna make sure that your kids are a representation of you, right? How many of y'all gonna make sure your kids look good and are taken care of, even if you gotta miss a few beauty appointments, right? How many of y'all are going to make sure that your kids is straight before you? Now, a lot of y'all are responsible enough to do both. Make sure you and your kids straight. But are y'all running around here making sure that your hair done, but you leaving room for the internet to talk about your children's hair? But you got them on the internet. You're putting them on here to be seen. How many of y'all are going to make sure your children are straight before you worry about you? I see Miss Rakita is in the building. Miss Rakita, Miss Ashley, okay. Because I got 44 people in here. I should at least see a hot 5 to 10 people. But then again, that'll out the bushwatchers that are in my bushes. But shout out to you too. I'll wait to see if it's any more around here that's gonna make sure. Thank you so much for the Cash App. Let me know in the I'm not familiar with your Cash App name, but if you just sent me a Cash App and want to let me know in the chat, thank you so very much and God bless you. If you don't want to let me know, God bless you still. Thank you so much. I greatly appreciate it. You know they've been out here trying to take a G down. You heard me? But y'all ain't gonna hear it. Y'all not gonna hear it. But thank you so much to whomever you are. If you would like to let me know, if you don't, thank you so much. My boys will forever be up to par like their mommy. Absolutely. My boy always look better than me. Listen, Linda, don't play with Jackson. They better not play with Jackson. You hear me? Jackson with the good hair. You heard me? They you can play with a lot of things, but Jax ain't one of them. You heard me? And one thing I love, man, Mama Three, I just love y'all relationship. I love just how much trust and love between you two. How you are always just taking him somewhere, doing things with him. You know what I mean? And you don't got to make a 500,000 or 400,000 on this here internet to do it. You heard me? Shout out to you. Let me see. It'll be put up to not be up to par. My whole family knows this. Yes. Shout out to y'all. Free Mama Three, Ashley, Rakita, Twin Mommy, Sierra. Period. Period. I love it. I love it. You know, winning when God ain't in it. Woo. So they can't stop. So they not stopping what's for you, break room. Period, Ashley, and especially with supporters like you, like yourself, and others who keep a homie uplifted and things of that nature. Ashley, boy, mom, let me tell you something. That does not go unnoticed and unappreciated. You know what I mean? Like the way that yourself have bigged me up, held me down, pulled up. You done pulled up, whether it was 5 people in here, you had been one of them. You heard me? Mama Three, male, mentors, it's a few of y'all. And the ones that couldn't, it's because they wasn't getting their damn notifications. Hell, my mods wasn't even getting notifications. So thank you so much. And then I had to private a lot of lives because someone was after falsely striking me, started falsely reporting me over and over again. Even with my lives private, they downloaded my links so they could maliciously attack me while they do a oh I'm oh so silent countdown over there. Yeah, they're not silent at all. They're still fucking being malicious as hell. Don't be fooled. But yeah, so shout out to y'all. Uh or they was blocked like me. I'm done. Well, you were blocked a long time ago. I'm talking about with this new shit that's been going on with me. You feel me? With my channel because people don't like the truth. People like the this shit but can't take it. They can't take it. You heard me? When I verbally and rhetorically smack fire out their asses. You heard me? Uh mhm. I like real and authentic. I do too, Ashley. And you have definitely been that. You have definitely been that. Let me see. Hey, Mr. Niece, good to see you. And don't you know no good? I'm glad that you listen. Shout out to you. Matter of fact, don't you know no good? Now that you here, before I get back into my commentary, I want to say shout out to you because I blocked you when you were only trying to warn me and you were not invading my lives all crazily. You would simply leave comments under my post saying, listen, don't trust that person. They do this to everybody. Like, you sent me warnings and I blocked you because I thought you were trolling us. And, I don't allow people to, just to sway me from somebody or this, that, and the third. But if I can just say out loud that you were 100% correct, all right? You could totally be rubbing it in my face right now and you have not, you know? You have not. And you didn't treat me fucked up because I blocked you. You understood why, because I thought I was protecting a friend or someone I was developing a friendship with. So I just wanted to shout you out because I blocked you for what ended up being the truth. You heard me? So forgive me for that, and allow me to take accountability for you know, treating your word like it was null and void because I didn't know you, you know? But you knew what the fuck you was talking about. All right? So please forgive me for that. And I learned a lesson there to not always count even strangers out. You heard me? You never know who trying to lead you in the right direction. So thank you for sticking around long enough to allow me to be taught, to have learned something. Do you feel me? Shout out to you, baby. Let me see. I knew one day you would get it. Believe me, I understand. 7 with being genuine, the big rig. I think you're saying you were being genuine, the big rig. You didn't know her or me, and that is true. That is very true. Yeah, I shut you down and went with what I thought was the right thing to do, and I should have listened. Maybe it was the right thing at the time. I ain't gonna say that I didn't do it with what I thought was the right thing, good intentions or whatever. But yeah, shout out to you. You feel me? That's it. That's all. I just wanted to say that shit out loud. You heard me? And if anybody else out there I blocked for trying to warn me and whatever, tell your truth or whatever, and I blocked your truth, forgive me for it. You feel me? Straight like that. Let me see. Shout out to, okay, I read that. Oh, shout out to you, sis. No love lost. I was still over here. Every live you did, LOL. Oh, don't you go making me all cry and shit. Now that's what you call maturity. Oh, thank you, Rakita. It costs nothing. It costs nothing. It costs nothing to keep it hot. You feel me? Ain't shit about me perfect. I just try to learn as I go. That's the biggest thing in life. It's not to act like you know everything, but it's to, if you get nothing else out of it, the most priceless thing is lessons. You heard me? So I'm not here to teach, just teach. I'm here to learn from you all as well as I go. I keep shit in mind. You know what I mean? I carry y'all words with me. And yeah, I'm telling you. You got to. That's how you don't get fucked up in the game repeatedly. You got to learn. Now, with that being said, and mad respect to you all as well, for real. I mean that shit the long way. Everything happens for a reason and season. Hold up. Everything happens for a reason and a season. My mama always said, absolutely, absolutely. Shout out to all the mothers. Shout out. Yes, oh yes, oh yes. Hey, y'all, one of my real life besties, offline besties, real life besties in the motherfucking chat. You heard me? Hey, Ray, I love you. at work on my lunch. Glad I caught you. I love you. I always love when you stop by and let me know you in the building. Shout out. And we got to get together soon. You heard me? We got to get together soon. Love you, Ray. And tell bro I said hey, and I love him too. Tell him I love him too. Matter of fact, tell him I said I love him with his ugly ass. Let me do him. You know, him, Buck, and Keisha good for that shit. Hey, ugly. They are so funny. But yeah, y'all. See, my people in real life pull the fuck up. You heard me? My people in real life pull the fuck up. Y'all done seen met Ray before, and y'all have met Sunshine. Sunshine, the one with the poetry podcast on YouTube. And y'all see Ray was one of my bridesmaids at my wedding. And bro was a groomsman. Absolutely. With her fine ass. The fuck? Now, let me get back. Let me get back to it. Love you, Ray. Call me. Let me see. We as adults can't keep trying to help people who don't want our help and like to continue to BS. Then it's time to exit left. Absolutely. Absolutely, Ashley. Absolutely. I couldn't agree more. And so, back to this Brianna situation. If you look at history, no cap, all right? Now, I said it before and people had got upset with me. People got upset with me. Dawn, XOXO, hugs and kisses, bestie. Hey, Kwani, hope you having a good day. One of my favorite accents on YouTube. Mama 3, Kwani Hill, Shelly Shell. Did y'all know I have people that are my favorite accents? And then my top 3 right there. That's right. Listen, Kwani, I'm gonna have to have you back up here one day because I could listen to you talk. You make me laugh so hard because you talk so fast and you are so funny. You are somebody that I miss hearing on my panel, and we gonna have to get that back, all right? Because, baby, you are so entertaining. And I mean, so back to Brianna. A lot of people also talk about how, be careful what you say because these kids can look back and see all this stuff or whatever. You know what's funny though is that these kids are going to look back and see how all the parents allowed all of this stuff to happen. See, it was more important to be content. It was more important to have a side fighting for you than it was to be on the side of your children. I said this like a year or two ago. I said this back before the divorce even happened. I said that these children and their needs, what they needed, true nurturing, all of that had been missing for quite some time. They were simply existing in this world that started to form about these parents by way of a saga. These kids were just a supporting cast to a bunch of bullshit. See, Many kids have been spoken on, and not because someone was trying to make a point about a parent. There has been kids spoken on all directions, all sides, every which way, from Desharia to Mosky to the other children in between. There is no side exempt. Hell, I even posted Texas from the sisterhood speaking on Desharia and Toya's kid, making jokes about how basically how Toya turned her kids into online beggars. Huh? How soon we forget. How soon we forget. There's been plenty of kids talked about directly because somebody didn't like a parent. Plenty of kids drugged, plenty of kids made fun of. But in this case, when it comes to Brianna, people are simply pointing out the bad habits and um the lack of true nurturing that these kids have truly not gotten throughout all of this soccer shit. It is showing the neglect upon the kids because parents had to look perfect for their audiences, because parents had to look good for their fan clubs, forgetting that these children are being presented on the cameras as well. And all of the parents are responsible for such things. All parents are responsible for putting the needs of these children first. Exactly. Exactly. Like the world's greatest auntie. Uh huh. You said it. That's where we at with it. People get so lost in being the topic of conversation that they are not paying attention to why they are the topic of conversation. See, somebody pointing out how fine you look, somebody pointing out how nice your smile and your hair and your this, that, and the third. Guess what? Ain't nobody pointed out the true integrity, the moral compass of a person. You'll see how when people speak about her, and I'm not trying to talk bad about this lady. I don't know fucking Brianna, all right? But I know what I've seen. And what I see is that folks don't praise her for things that a person should want to be praised for, right? They don't say things like, well, they're more concerned with people being jealous of her than people actually trying to do her a solid and say, you know what? Maybe, your nippies shouldn't be almost about to come out of your bathing suit while you're taking a picture in between your two boys, huh? Maybe not. Maybe while you're on a family oriented vacation, you don't need the skimpiest outfit on. You don't need to have the bottom of your booty meat coming out your shorts. You could be like you not, walking around like a thought pocket. You heard me? You could have your ass crack covered because after all, what is it that you're trying to attract? See, when I said why you got them short shorts on or why you got this see-through bodysuit on while you out walking the actual streets, huh? I mean, everybody wanted to call Queen Fee this, that, and the third, but I mean, I'm sorry. But somebody else is actually walking the streets, have in the without their wardrobe on, without a wardrobe on, throwing on mere threads to get attention. Hmm? But because people want to big it up so much, right? And then wonder why this person cannot maintain proper relationships with men. Because look what you offer, what you present. You say, before you look at my mind, look at the crack of my ass. Before you look at my spirit, look at my cleavage and my the rims of my nippies and things, huh? This is what you want to present. So then when they move on to the next one, once they have used you up or get tired of just, hey, any woman can go buy an ass and throw it, toss it around in a circle, huh? And now half the world wearing pop on veneers, pop out veneers, permanent veneers, this teeth, that teeth, for the right price. NT by T can change their appearance and look. But see, these people are running around here trying to make you want to be jealous of someone who had to buy their look, and they want to tear people like me and you down for having confidence in our God-given looks, huh? Just where we at in life, period. Because we can get up in the morning, still sashay around our homes, huh? Still be happily married or in good relationships, still loved up on and respected like women and ladies. They say no, be jealous of the one that has their crack hanging out. They say be jealous of the one who got new teeth but the child's teeth is not properly taken care of. They say go be jealous because she can get all the men to look at the crack of that ass, but can't get one to stay in a relationship with her. This is what they want you to be jealous of, huh? They want you to forget that you happily married because they want you to be to put on some skimpy shit and attract the next nigga. They don't want you to be with the man you with. They want you to attract ninjas. All right, straight like that. Tell the truth and wet free. Shame the devil, huh? They say no, no, no. Y'all just wish that your booty meat went to the left and to the right like hers, huh? They no, 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 huh? Popping out babies left and right. It was more important to spend 20 and 30K on a dude that don't want to be with you than 20 or 30K on your own kids' teeth, on your own kids' well-being, on making sure they have all the proper things that they need to be successful. It's more important to drip a ninja out than to make sure that everybody's hygiene and health, that what soap is in the house. See, you can't negate this shit because you like somebody. You can't negate this shit because you a fan. You can't overlook the fact that somebody has said on multiple occasions that there is no soap in none of these bathrooms. Why is that? Huh? Why would somebody even choose to make up a lie that they had to rewash somebody's child because you just want to sit the child in water and then dry them off, still yet being unclean, huh? See, you want to sit here and uh uh you want to look at the outside of the home, huh? You see that the outside of the home got a fresh paint job, it's been pressure washed and this, that, and the third, and you just think this person living a best life until you walk in, huh? Until you walk in and seeing that the floors ain't been mopped in a year, until you see that it's trash and pieces of straw when you take the straws off when you come from the restaurant, and it's little pieces of candy wrappers and everything here, there, and every fucking where. See, you too busy looking at the outside of the house. You don't give a fuck about the damage being done on the inside. You don't care about the love that's not being cultivated and seen on the inside because you too busy looking at the pictures being taken on the outside, the pictures being taken next to the car, the pictures being taken at the pool, the pictures being taken on vacation, that you not giving a fuck about the discord and the lack of order. You don't care about the false smiles that kids have to wear because it's just time to get in front of the motherfucking camera. You don't give a fuck about kids that might have to be shooed away because somebody want to talk to their friends and they fans on live that they can't even get a question in. You don't want to talk about how one of the kids said they don't like how the other kids at school discussing their parent and how their parent dresses on live. That people say, oh, your mama got a fat ass, huh? You don't give a fuck. You just want people to be jealous of the fat ass that the kids at school is seeing, huh? You don't give a damn about the embarrassment of what these kids have to go through because you too busy clapping like the butt cheeks doing, huh? You too busy clapping, huh? Y'all too busy praying for praising the ass you ain't even got, huh? Why do you got so many women on here living vicariously through other women? You got women out here trying to big up somebody's swimming pool like they got one in their backyard. Child, they trying to clown you for not having a pool in your backyard like they got one in theirs. Let me tell you about the non-critical thinking of motherfuckers when they too busy being fanned the fuck out. They're not watching how they not in their square, but too busy trying to fit their feet in somebody else's square for some cool points, huh? They too busy wanting to jump online and get oh, you're so beautiful, your hair is so perfect, you're this, you're that, and the third. But oh, God forbid that somebody points out, why ain't the children hair done? God forbid somebody points out why such and such don't look so happy. God forbid that somebody points out what one of the kids done said or complained about, because why everybody too busy wanting to paint and make sure that the picture on the outside is perfect, huh? Motherfuckers, y'all be jealous of that shit. How the fuck you gonna tell real women living real lives to be jealous of somebody whose life is constantly falling apart? Yes, you can dress it up as well as you can, but you can't change the fact that every now and then it's that sadness that come on calling for the Lord. Because why? There's some things that you can't stop that happens within you once you put on the little booty shorts, and once you have your cleavage hanging all out, and once your hair is done, and once your smile is perfect. There's some shit you still got to deal with that's on the inside of you. Oh, you ain't got to tell your neighbor, you ain't got to tell your fan club, but you got to sit in that shit. Listen, Linda, it don't wait till you stand in the mirror to show its ugly head. It'll come find you when you just sitting there trying to flip through a magazine. It will come and find you when you sitting poolside trying to look cute like you living a fucking happy life. It will come and find you when you on the phone with your fucking damn friends and shit, getting bigged up like, oh yeah, them girls is jealous of you, but they just jealous of, oh no, 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 no. Sure, you laugh. Oh yeah, you right. But you ask yourself, shit, I don't know the fuck why. I don't know the fuck why. I got multiple baby daddies, ain't none in my motherfucking life. Most of them seem happier than I'm doing, and I'm the one with the new ass, the new smile, the new face, the new this, the new breast, the new this. But I'm the one sitting on the sidelines on the outside looking in. I'm the one toting all these children around because I'm trying to keep man after man after man. I'm the one that decided to have a set of kids, and God bless them, they are a blessing. But you decided this life because you was too busy chasing a pickle instead of chasing your dreams, instead of chasing your success, instead of getting your ducks in a row. You was too busy trying to be motherfucking naked. Why is that? And then people come here and say, why aren't the rest of the world bigging her up for being half naked and making her kids all uncomfortable and shit, running around the house saying the most craziest shit? The fuck is wrong with you? Sitting up here when the hell Janelle was in the house, look at the stuff that she used to say. You want to sit there and damn throw your ass in a circle? You want to sit around there and stick your tongue all out and then wonder why when you're taking pictures, that's how your kids want to, your own daughters want to take pictures with their tongues hanging out, huh? Sticking out to do what? To attract what? Huh? What is that? Huh? It's because of what they saw. It's because of what they see. When they put a little hip into it, when they taking them pictures, and baby Mosky want to throw a little hip up. Or why? Because that's what she watched. That's how she watched a woman take pictures all the time. Don't play with it. When these little girls want to stick their tongues out and shit, it's because that's what they see their mamas do. Huh? That's the same mother who told y'all that Lauren had a crush on Janelle, huh? In the kitchen, stood there and said, yeah, I think Lauren got a crush on John, whatever the hell. Why are you saying this concerning your child and a grown-ass man, huh? But then the internet want to come around and say, why is everybody else talking about children? Maybe if you stop doing these things and talking this way and whatever else, doing these actions in front of your kids, well, we wouldn't be here right now. Maybe if you take care of them like you got the world thinking you take care of yourself, we wouldn't be here right now. And that's just the true tea on the set. It is not a flex. It is not a flex to get away with being, oh, because you 30, you 33, you 32, you whatever the fuck, 34, who cares? That's a pass. Like Auntie Pimo said, this lady got 6 children. You've been doing a whole lot of grown shit for people to be, oh, she's young, she's this, she's that. Listen, once you start having kids that you have to raise and you're responsible for the things instilled in them, you no longer get a pass of being too young, too this, too that, because now you have others that's looking up to you. You have other children that is depending on you. You got other people depending on you. You can't get a pass to dress half naked when you got two and three little girls that is looking at you. You are telling them, listen, if you want to get a man in your life, this how you got to get him. You got to get them by making sure they can see that ass from a mile away. That's what you're instilling in them. Everybody worried about what these children are going to see from content creators when they get older. Do you wonder what the kids are going to see from their own mother? Walking into buildings, tossing her ass from left to right, half naked. That's what they're going to see from their mother. Hey, Miss Annette, I love you and thank you so much for being part of that big six. You heard me? I love you the long way, and you know this. And you know this. Shout out to you, baby. Hold on, y'all. Let me sip a little coffee. And let me tell you this. Ninjas will be with you as long as the ass is right, as long as you are doing all those things that you deemed necessary to get a man. See, a ninja be with you long enough to enjoy the fruits of your ass and your this, that, and the third. They'll be with you long enough to enjoy those fruits. Absolutely. And then leave you sitting there feeling rotten, like rotten fruit. See, let me tell you something. Listen to your grandmothers and your aunties and your mothers and them when they tell you they was not lying when they said, yes, being lusted for, that's cool. Having men drool over your nice body and all of that is cool. But what type of woman you gonna need to be for a man to want to invest in you? See, it's easy to have somebody to want to bone you, lay you down. That doesn't require that. You don't got to be special to be fucked. All right, you ain't got to be too special. You ain't got to have a brain. You don't have to be successful. Nah, you just got to be easy and willing and look your part. Hmm. Absolutely. Ain't nothing special about being simply just lusted for. When a man sees you and all they want to do is lay down with you, picture shit. I give her something. I give her something to work with. You heard me? They think they're special because that's all they know. A real man is going to be invested in your mind. He's going to be invested in your moral compass, in your beliefs, in how you treat other people in the world. Huh? Are you a nurturer? Can you cook? Do you know how to grow some shit? Huh? If they ever down and out, are you able to, be the help meet that you're supposed to be? Hmm? Do you do you know how to think for the family when they cannot lead? Do you know how to be successfully second in command when it comes to the family or not? Hmm? Do you know how to make something out of motherfucking nothing or not? Huh? Not just somebody that, listen, you all fine and dandy when it ain't no worries and nothing, nothing to worry about, no trials and tribulations. Nah, real men want to see the future in a woman's eyes, huh? They just don't want to see the future of you in their bed. They want to see the future of you in their life. Come on with it. Hmm? They want to picture you raising their children, grandchildren. Take how do you keep home? See, to lay you down, they don't have to give a damn about how you keep your house. But if they got a future with you, they care if you can keep up a house. Can you make something shake in the kitchen, even if rations are low? Huh? Do you know how to make $1 out of 15 cents? Nobody just want somebody to walk around the house with they booty poking. That shit don't solve but one problem that a man will ever have. You hear me? When it comes to a lifetime, things come and arise at any given moment. It ain't about what's on you, it's about what's in you. This is why she has not been chosen for longevity because of the things that the fan club is instilling in her. Because what happens? What did Janelle invest in Brianna? See, LaTruth was married to her. He invested, right? He invested. He helped her build something of her own, helped her raise a uh um a family, leveled her up, all of that. Do you see the difference? He was married to her. So it was he invested. What did Janelle invest in Brianna? Nothing. Janelle got $30,000 worth of jewelry. He got taken on trips and shit, thrown birthday parties and everything else. What did he do for her? I think he got her one of the ugliest bags I ever seen. I can't remember. I think it was one of them bags. I think was just, oh my god, so ugly. Did it have a duck or something? I can't even remember. However, and then what? A couple Michael Kors purse and shoe situations. So what he spent about $1,000 to her 40,000. You know what I mean? Like you have to think. And this is why. If you not presenting anything, you showing somebody that I can be spoiled by you and get all the fruits of your labor without me having to work for it. I don't have to do anything but lay this pipe down and you gonna bless me abundantly. All I have to do is act like I give a fuck every now and then. And yeah, you know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, to get more things out of you, I'm going to emotionally putting out, because keep in mind, ain't, listen, that ain't no innocent man either. All right. Janelle ain't innocent. He done did some fuckboy shit too. It ain't even there. No, he done did some fuckboy shit too. He was playing off these kids' tops to join in on the circus act that of getting back at LaTruth and all this shit originally as well. So we're not gonna act like just because these people rotate out beefs just like the saga, like anybody innocent. Ain't nobody innocent. Okay. The only pass that he gonna get is the fact that he made it quite obvious, like he wasn't trying to get too deep. He made it obvious. The same way LaTruth said he didn't want no children or whatever. And I know he loves his daughter and thankful for her, but he had made it clear earlier on that he didn't want any more kids. And yet and all, who was trying to have a baby behind his back and successfully did it? Her. That shit is on video. But because I said it, you'll have people out here getting mad. Like, listen, history don't erase itself, Jen. Y'all already know this shit. That lady, that man said quite a few times he didn't want no kids, but he ended up with one anyway. Why? Because somebody stopped taking their uh birth control behind that person's back, therefore breaking trust. You know? And on top of that, all these men are in their kids' lives on a regular at this point. You know what I'm saying? LaTruth has Mosky all the time. Janelle spends time with his kids when allowed or however that goes. But why she gunning for everybody but Sleepy? He got 3 of them with her, and she gunning for everybody but him. Why is that? Y'all don't want me to tell you why that is. Y'all don't want me to tell you why that is. I mean, why would you want child support or anything like, and these people are live fairly close to their kids. Sleepy did, he lived hours away. And she never, why she ain't never say, you know what, all of y'all gonna, contribute to all these kids. Whatever kids you got with me, why Sleepy got to pass? I mean, now listen, this is alleged. This is alleged, right? Hey, Miss J. Jones, my boo. How you doing? Thank you so much. I really appreciate that, sweetie. I really appreciate it. You guys are rock stars. I really do appreciate y'all keeping up with the kid, to support me and everything. Thank you so much, sweetie. Um, I'll tell you a possible reason, and no, I'm not here to start no rumors on nobody. Everything I say here is for educational, entertainment purposes only and is alleged. All right. So, one reason could be, now I ain't gonna say who is what's and who's and all that. I mean, I'm not, like in no type of factual shit. But there were rumors on one of them, you know what I mean? And I'm like, is it because, you know, is something tricky about that? And if you, went for Sleepy to pay some type of child support or stipend towards the children, will something come out or whatever? You know, will they have to get, you know, any type of testings or something? Is that a problem? Like, why is it everybody but him? Why is it everybody but him? I mean, after all, it's not like we seen a whole lot about Sleepy before she started beefing with LaTruth. We ain't see her praising this. As a matter of fact, oh my goodness. Listen, Linda, come on in my room. Uh-huh. Listen, like I remember a time where she was crediting LaTruth for doing Sleepy's job, right? But y'all people don't want to talk about that. I remember her saying how LaTruth was taking care of all them kids, all right, and how he was a king, how he was the best father and husband ever. She wasn't bigging Sleepy up until she started beefing. He was in the shadows somewhere, not even thought about, right? Because she was satisfied and comfortable with the parenting and with the love that LaTruth gave. He was being a father to all of those kids. But mighty funny, everybody now, this dude that supposedly pulled the ratatouille out. This dude that sick the dogs and some more shit. But now y'all besties. Why you beefing with all the other baby daddies? I'm confused. I'm confused. And is that one of the reasons why he so happily support every little thing that she does? Because he knows like what he could never be one of them. Cause then, is it cause he knows some shit too? But long as she don't fuck with him too heavy, he gonna support the motion. I mean, I'm just asking for a friend. Now I don't know. I ain't talking ill of nobody. I ain't saying nothing negative or whatever. I'm just saying, why go for one baby daddy or the other? And again, I think that all the children are beautiful and beautifully made. I think that they are very smart children and adorable children. So miss me with that trying to go live and take my head off when I ain't saying not one bad thing about the children, but I will. You can question the parents and parenting anytime you want. You know. Let me see. Yep, they were. Them kids was so nicely dressed, constantly fresh cuts. Everybody's hair stayed flawless. You know what I mean? So it's like, hey, the proof is in the pudding. You can be mad and hate all you want, but then it is what it is. Exactly, it's the reason why she not giving him that same energy she gives to the fathers that are there for her children. Ain't that some shit, twin mommy? Ain't that some shit? You would think that the one that have spent years living the furthest away, only getting them for a week here, a couple, whatever. But yeah, and is that why she wanted LaTruth to adopt them, to adopt those children, so he could be responsible for them? It's a reason. you know. But if you ask these things, hey, Miss Bevins, beautiful, good to see you. If you ask these things, they will, like you get condemned because people put their shit out on the internet. And when you have an opinion about it, they get mad because they know the shit don't make no sense. So it's, oh, let me attack them. Let me attack their report and do this or do that. Man, miss me with it. Miss me with it. I hope you doing well, Miss Bevins. You and the hubby, shout out. And Mama 3, thank you so much. I think you are literally the only mod I've seen in this live. And shout out to you. If you only knew how much I loved and adored you. Um, Let me see. But yeah, so we just got to be realistic. Like, we got to be realistic instead of sitting here rushing to see what somebody gonna be wearing, worrying about looks and shit like this. Let me tell you something too. It is even in Brianna, in everyone, it is flaws. If Brianna never saw flaws in herself, in her own looks, she would have never changed those looks, right? She would have never changed her teeth. She didn't say she changed her teeth because they were rotted out, bad teeth. None of that. She had a gap like I got a gap. She had little baby teeth. Like, the fuck. They definitely would have been the case if he would have adopted those kids. She would have, let me see, she would have RH and child support court for those kids too. Absolutely. Absolutely. And you are 100% right. So it's crazy that people sit here and, like I said, living vicariously through other people's homes, other people's pools, other people's looks, and all of that stuff. Even the people everybody bigs up the most, everybody's shit, nothing is perfect, all right? Not a single person. And trust and believe me, you, it's not like y'all out here knowing everybody's life, knowing what they might deal with. Hell, when they're in a birthday suit or whatever. You don't know. You don't know. Y'all sit here and be so shallow. So shallow. When everybody out here in these YouTube streets, for the most part, 98% of people have been picked on because of their looks. No matter if they cute, no matter what it is. They could be one of the cutest motherfuckers in the saga and somebody done dragged something about them. That's just how it goes. If you got a cute face a person can't drag, then they go for your voice. If they can't go for your voice in your face, then you gonna be dragged for your body. If you ain't gonna be dragged for that, you gonna be dragged for how you talk. Listen, ain't nobody on this motherfucker perfect to where nobody really should be picking on anyone, but that's just the way it goes. But to sit here and want everyone else to feel bad about their looks based on uh others getting work done and this, that, and the third is a little weird. It's a little weird. I'm just saying. Danny baby, it's weird. You heard me? It's weird. I don't get it. They be like, I mean, they just jealous. It be motherfuckers that's 2 tons of fun out this motherfucker talking about how great her body is. Well, but you the one talking shit and yours is not. All right. That be the strange shit to me. They be misshapen, square backed at it, all kind of shit. Edges gone, lift they wig up. They got 2 strands of motherfucking good, they got 2 strands of curly hair. You hear me? And be running around here just doing the most. Like, listen, Linda. You don't get a pass because somebody else got a fat butt, but you don't get a pass because somebody else body in shape. Bitches be over here, listen, looking like the letter G. You heard me? They be out here looking like the letter G, okay? And that's just it. That's all. Out here looking like a whole listen, number 9 and shit. You heard me? I don't understand it. You can't be living vicariously through other people, items, houses, bodies. I mean, you got half the people saying, "Oh, y'all just jealous because y'all ain't got a body like Rihanna's. Oh, y'all just jealous because y'all ain't got a pool like Amora's." I'm like, well, you ain't. Are you jealous? Because you ain't got none of that shit either. I'm confused. Right? What a letter B? Yeah, or definitely it's a lot of letter B's. you know. Hey, I'm confused. Do y'all be hearing y'allself? These bitches ain't got no pool in their backyard, but bitch, I haven't seen your pool in your backyard either. Or that you even have a backyard. Some of these bitches, Listen, ain't got nothing but a patio running around here, just round here. You heard me? It just I don't get it. Hey Terrell, how you doing? I don't get it. That shit is crazy. I mean, I'd rather just not point out something a person is doing than point it out and I ain't got it either. That shit weird as hell. Them bitches mad because they don't drive a Lamborghini. They mad. They just jealous. They jealous. They don't drive a Lamborghini, bitch. You in a whole Pinto. Matter of fact, you on two wheels, a 10 speed. The fuck is wrong with you? Hey, brother Allen, we love and miss you. We love and miss you. I know you have been busy with the kids and the and working. Shout out to you. Love you much. Thank you, brother. Motherfuckers be talking about what's in your backyard. And these bitches' backyard so small, they don't even need a lawnmower. They just need a pack of damn. These bitches be out here talking about other people yards and shit when they can cut their grass with some fucking nose clippers. All right, they can cut their grass with a fucking pair of damn thread scissors. You heard me? The fuck is wrong with y'all? Y'all be over there with 2 by 2 feet worth of damn of a grass patch and had the nerve to be in other people's backyards. I'm confused. Like, damn, I can't go swimming in my backyard, but I can sure go fishing. I can go frolic in a big ass yard. It might not be a pool back there. Awkward. But yeah, that's that. That's just how I feel about that. Hmm. Hey, that one. Good to see you, love. Good to see you. Yes, y'all. And y'all make sure y'all turn y'all notifications on. If you're not getting them, you might have to turn them off and on. And when I come back later, I will be discussing I really ain't want to touch that, but after my conversation with mentors last night on his live, I kind of do want to give an opinion on the Metcalf and Carmelo, my thoughts on that. So I may be back later as well. Um And if for any reason, if I hold off on that, then I'll be back later on Kick and we'll just kick it, listen to some music, pop some shit. I'll play my big rig anthem. You know the one. It hurt. It hurt. Just let me get it out. Just let me get it out. It hurt. But man, it hurt. You know what I'm saying? Type shit. We'll play my favorite song. It hurt. Yes, so yes, so yes. Yes, Mama 3 has been holding it down. Ashley said shaped all wrong, right? All fucking wrong. What's your name on Kid? It's break room on the set. Break room on the set. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all subscribe to my Kick because I'm either gonna be back here or I'll be over there later. It depends. If I feel like listening to some music with a little giggly bush and maybe a cocktail, then I'll be over there with some music and we'll pop that shit, you know, because I haven't listened to that in a few days. I haven't. I've been on some other shit because I got to stop with it over here. 'Cause that's another thing had me out the algorithm. Because all weekend I have been playing music and shit, and that ain't. We ain't supposed to be doing that. And make sure y'all checking out my shorts because I will be I did drop a short in the middle of the night. Let me see. My short about digging two ditches. Y'all been having me cracking up talking about the teeth and the women showing the buns. It's the truth though. Yeah, it's the truth. It is the truth. That's it. In case y'all didn't hear it, you can hear it. What's going on with my channel, y'all, is more. Now, remember 2 weeks ago, though I'm sliding off subjects real quick. Remember 2 or 3 weeks ago when I told, well, it was about a week or two ago, I told y'all that this person got was doing what the fade was doing and literally knew what was up and did it to me anyway. But this is what this short is about, in case y'all missed it. What's going on with my channel, y'all, is more striking, right? So I private all my videos except for like a few until I get copyright done because I don't want her to go through all my lives and try to strike my shit. And then I used to play a lot of Cali music back in the day. And I put that in there because that's exactly what the person did to me. So when I told y'all they was just doing what they just did it to me on a greater mass or whatever. But yeah. In a lot of my old videos, even though I have a text message and a verbal approval that he allowed me to use this music, but just in case they try to pull that stunt, they hit me for his songs. I just private all my videos so I can take his music out. Yes, y'all. Make sure y'all go follow the other page, the backup page for now. Neo gonna go live from the backup page. Until further notice, loves. And to anybody else more out there strike, make sure anybody else that more strikes. Every time you strike, you make sure you always put in the response in your appeal that it's retaliation. Put that in there every time you have to reply back to YouTube. Wow. And shout out to Neo for winning her appeal. So far, so good. Thank you. Well, I won an appeal with YouTube, and I'm waiting to see if this dumb bitch gonna take it to the CCD. And if she do that, then I can get her the damages. And she just gonna file it and withdraw it. I can't wait to say that withdrawal letter back to on YouTube so they can take her fucking channel. That's one thing YouTube do not play. Y'all that false copyright claims and all that shit. Nah, you ain't. I ain't telling her nothing. She know how to fucking read. It says it right there. If you do that shit, unless you push enter, and they said perjury, they said they can take your channel. So when the fucking answer, she has to see that statement. They give you a warning before you do the shit. So tell her dumb ass do the shit. What's going on? Yes, oh yes, oh yes. In their own words. In their own words. Absolutely. Anywho, but y'all can go and listen to that short for yourself. if you would like. Ooh, but anywho, um, I am done with this particular live. If anybody have nothing further to say, no questions, concerns, this, that, and the third. I am nearing well, I'm about 16 minutes from my 2 hour mark, which was my goal for today. So I either got 16 minutes, so we gonna end here. Either way it go, but I will be on either over here later concerning the Anthony situation briefly or whatever, and or I'll be on kick, just kicking it, listening to some tunes, talking a little shit. You know what I mean? It is what it is. But without further ado, I do thank Mom of Three, Free Thinking. Thank you, Free Thinking. I did not know that you had renewed that membership. Thank you so much, Free Thinking, for renewing that membership. And thank you to Brother Allen. And also thank you to my Cash App sender. I love each and every one of you. And I hope you all enjoy the rest of your day until we see each other again. You dig? And thank you so much, Mama Three and Brother Allen, as the mods that stopped by today. And I thank y'all so much. Mama Three, thank you for holding it down. Are you on live, Mama Three? Let me know. Are you going live? If so, let me know the time. And in conclusion, this live was not for the dragging of anyone or whatever. I do like to give a little summary at the end to tie it all in. But this live was not about this live was not about dragging Brianna. This live was not about, disrespecting the young ones or any of that. It's simply about understanding when people are pointing out parenting is something that can be pointed out. You know, how a person parents and how a person is, their character, things of that nature. If it's out here for the world to see, just like everyone does on each other, no one is an exception to the rule. You know what I mean? I do again agree that children should not be drugged in the sense of directly in any sort of the matter, in any kind of way of the matter. But I do believe that teaching points can and should be made when it comes to the parents, when it comes to parenting, when it comes to being a woman, and not saying we all have it figured out. But if any woman, myself included, have overcame or grew from something or whatever, you don't have to wait till like a 25-year-old don't have to wait till they're 35 to learn a 35-year-old lesson. They don't have to wait to you don't have to wait until fire burns you to know that it's hot, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? So I don't think that it does anyone any justice. Just like you would tell your kids as they are young, you don't let you don't you do not stop teaching your kids because they're young, and you say, well, you're 3, you of course you don't know how to do. You teach as you go, and we never stop learning. A child doesn't just start using the pot on their own. For the most part, they are taught to go use the pot so they can transition from one thing to the other. Kids are taught how to feed themselves. Kids are taught how to add, subtract, and read, and all of those things. It doesn't fall out the sky. And it's the same with adults. If you claim somebody is your friend, or you support them, you love them or whatever, you should want to see them do better and make healthy decisions. You shouldn't want to see them continue a cycle of bad choices, all because you want them to be seen perfect. There's no such thing. So acting like someone is perfect when you know there's no such thing is not doing them a service at all. That's not being a genuine supporter. That's being an ass kisser, a bootlicker. You know what I mean? That's just somebody trying to stay in their position, stay important, stay relevant by way of supporting someone in whatever way they can, even if it's not helping them. And I've said this to all sides before about all people, whether it was the truth, Brianna, Janelle, whoever. You don't, you and even with CCs, we've all learned a lot about, taking up for people when they're wrong just because we like them, or not pointing out bad things because we like somebody. We've all been learning that lesson, and nobody should have to hide their truth or not speak on things because those that are living in a bubble for somebody can't handle it. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's grown. All right? Everybody is grown. Period. And people are gonna say things when it comes to somebody complaining all the time or supposedly getting done wrong by every man in their life. But then, when you want to move like a thought, you gonna get thought shit. All right. Now I ain't calling a girl a thought. I'm saying if you want to move like one, dress like one, or act like one, thought shit comes with thought behavior. That's not a dig. That's just the truth. That's just the truth. And the truth don't need no friends. The truth don't need an audience. The truth don't need you to be in its amen corner. It's just what it is. You know? Ain't no decent person or respectable man wanna, you keep them how you get them. You know what I'm saying? You can't expect a decent man to want to take you home to mama, but gotta fear you having your crack out. You know, if somebody mama wanted to go on your channel and see what you about or whatever, what are they gonna find? What are they gonna find? What are they gonna say you bring into the world or your atmosphere? Sure, a lot of us cuss, fuss, roast, do whatever, but are you ever bringing a teaching experience, or is it only excuses? That's what you have to ask yourself. Am I excusing these behaviors because I like this person? Am I excusing these behaviors because I'm supposed to be on their side, right? Correcting them. I mean, you correct your children all the time. Brianna is young enough to be some of y'all kids, but you'll sit here, you don't make excuses for your children to fail, but you will set another woman up to fail. But say you're their friend, say you their sister, say you are their fan. That's weird behavior to me. You push you push for your kids to do better. Excuse me. You push for your kids to do better. You push for your kids to learn. So you should push for another woman or another man to do better and to learn. If you've raised your children and you watching somebody not take the proper time or care out, tell them. Because if you don't, the internet will. And unfortunately, it doesn't matter how big of a fan club somebody has. People aren't going to let you control what they want to say and give their opinions. You just can't control it. So deal with it if you must. But, I just say people have to do better when it comes to how they present themselves, how they showcase their lives. You know, you have to know that people are watching. Now, if you don't care, it's just like Beyonce, shout out to her. Now if you the type of person that you are doing things with purpose and it's not because of neglect, like look at Blue Ivy. Beyonce used to leave her hair in two braids for I don't know how long or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Now look at that girl hair. She had a purpose. She left well enough alone for a reason. Not because and she followed through with that for quite a long time to where you knew it had its purpose. She didn't care about what people thought. She really didn't. She let Blue Ivy rock out. And now Blue Ivy got hair down her back somewhere. Because that was on purpose. Not because you too busy, not because you more concerned with yourself. And again, I think Brianna is a beautiful girl. I do. I didn't think Brianna was ugly before the work. I did not. I'm just not that type of hater nor liar. I've always thought that Brianna was a cute girl. You know what I'm saying? Um, but like I said, you have to work on yourself inside out. Inside out. You have to know what you're representing. If what you gonna get, what you attract. A gentlemen are attracted to ladies. You know, you turn up in the bedroom, do what you do, but true gentlemen, they are attracted to ladies. You know, ninjas and people that they all need to stop after the judgment be on them. They all need to stop after the judgment be on them. Hey, I'm the survivor, by the way, love. Yeah. It's kind of weird because it's a thing where it's like people will jump into this. Thank you, Ashley, baby. Thank you, Sierra Love. People will jump in these things to defend other people. They will say, "Don't judge my person," all while judging you for judging that person. They will say, "Don't speak about her looks," while speaking ill of someone else's, right? They will be a part of talking about someone else's child, but when it comes to a specific person or whatever, this is forbidden. See, this is why nobody takes it seriously or really play by any type of, moral code rules or whatever, right? Because it be selective moral codes. It's like if it's my friend or somebody that I like, this is wrong. Don't do this. Instead of it being wrong, even when it's being done amongst friends to an enemy, you know? Absolutely, Sierra. What they say beauty is in the eye of the beholder, you know? Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. The person who beholds your looks in their eye chooses whether they're seeing beauty or not. And it's okay when some, and honestly, y'all, listen, what this saga has also shown us is that either way, people lie. This is why I don't call people ugly when I get mad at them. Like, if I thought you was ugly before, and I could still like you, but I'm not gonna big up your looks and be calling you beautiful and all of this shit every 5 minutes. You heard me? But people lie. They say they were once friends with someone and have called that person beautiful, but soon as they get upset with them, they ugly, they stanky, they funky, they this, they that, or the third. But they wasn't none of those things when you was cool with them. It's weird. Hmm. Absolutely. We can't think that something is okay to do with each other, but and I don't even get this, you know what I'm saying, because it shows you, like I said, with these cult behaviors, it shows you, um it shows you a lot. It's really weird. You know what I'm saying? Because people will fight for other people's lives and looks and things to be protected and say, no, we shouldn't do this. This is wrong. We shouldn't call each other names, right? When it's somebody that they like how they people will jump you if you talking shit about Amora, right? If you talking shit about Brianna or some shit, if you talking shit about LaTruth, it doesn't fucking matter. People will jump you for it, right? And say that it's wrong, but it's okay for us to do it with each other, right? That's wild work. Do you know how much people put themselves beneath other people on YouTube? I wish the fuck I would make another person's life superior to mine. I wish I would make you think that there is something more important or special about you than myself. I wish I would fight for another, for people to respect somebody else harder than I fight for myself. Some people will tap out quicker when somebody coming for them than they would when somebody is coming for somebody else, not them. All right? That's some crazy shit. They will fight for other people' kids. Not everybody, but some will fight quicker for somebody else's kids to be protected than their own. That's crazy work. Another prime example, and I know I said I was gonna go, and I'm 57 seconds past my time. Listen, Linda, but it's like the other lady that Dawn is into it with, who had her son say some foul things on the internet. But if someone judged her for having him say that, that would be a problem, right? Because saying that that's fucked up parenting ain't saying the child's fucked up. It's saying you a fucked up person for having your child come in adult land playing in adult games. Even if somebody is speaking on a child, handle it as a parent. Nobody has to drag their kids in this shit or tell their kids what another adult is saying about them. That adult ain't putting your kid in shit. You are. See something, say something. Chandra telling her kid to say that to another adult, and people, whoever thought that was funny, was laughing at a young person being actualized right here on this internet. A parent. This is crazy work. This is crazy work. And that's that fake shit I be talking about. Absolutely. Absolutely. You can't be a part of it happening to another child, whether it was Toya's children, whether it was Jasharia, whether it was Brianna's kids, whether it was whoever else on here, whether if it was Ashley D's kids. There's been plenty of people a part of the shame and the laughter done on children when it was okay because they didn't like that person. It was okay to clap for any given person whose child was being made fun of directly. Directly. Not just making fun of the parenting, but literally directly making fun of the children. See, if anything should happen at the end of this saga shit, it should be lessons learned. That everybody dropped the motherfucking ball somewhere at some point. Everybody is okay with the things being said about their op, but don't like it and call it immoral if it's said about a friend. People don't mind when they op kids is being dragged, or they op parents is being dragged, or their op siblings is being dragged and talked shit about. Mm-mm. Only if a friend, if it's done to a friend. Hey, beautiful gossip and giggles. I hope you are doing well, sweetheart. I was in your bushes the other day and smacked that like button, you dig? Shout out to you. Shout out to you. But yeah, so if anything, this saga, it's either you're gonna be in it or you're gonna learn something from it. Or you're gonna be in it and also learn something from it along the way. And out of 4 years, the fact that old girls still running around here with barely no clothes on in public, like she is, shows that ain't nobody who run around here saying they support her have instilled anything in her life. She's still running around here with man issues, still running around here with the sights of neglect upon her children, still running around here in and out of courts and shit and doing all this stuff. Why is the same thing going on in her life? Because everyone who is surrounded her has not instilled anything in her. That's the same thing as with some content creators. People can't will contradict themselves and speak hypocritically because they don't have any people pointing out, hey, we can't really say that's wrong because we just did that shit last week over here. No, 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 no. You have people who will see that somebody is fucking with somebody else, but they will sit in the audience and join in on them being fucked with and torn up, teared up, and all this malicious stuff being done, all for shits and giggles and a laugh. But if the same thing is done on them or the people they like, it's a problem. Oh, these are the worst people. They need to go to jail, hell, and everywhere else. It's a whole lot of contradiction. It's a whole lot of hypocrisy. And it's a whole lot of people, just like Brianna, stagnated. She is stagnated as a woman. and you can flip it and twist it any way that you want. She's stagnated as a woman. Because the women who have the most access to her are too busy being yes men, too busy clapping for all the wrong shit. You better say it, G and G. You better say it. They too busy clapping for the wrong shit instead of saying, hey, maybe that ain't a good look. Girl, go put some clothes on. Girl, da 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 da. Too busy clapping, saying, oh, acting like her kids don't have access to these same platforms that we do. Her kids see the same crack that we do. Those people, the kids that go to school with the kids see the same thing that we do. But you say it's wrong to point it out. You don't want to tell her to show some decorum about herself. You want to be mad at the content creator saying, hey, that's a little wild. You know what I'm saying? Y'all want to talk about all this access the kids got, then why are y'all not pointing out the things that they don't need to access? Why not take it down? Why not put it on private? Instead, you make excuses. Y'all want to point out when a content creator might be saying something inappropriate concerning a child, but you don't want to say nothing when the parent is pointing out inappropriate things about a child. Like so when she told the internet something about what she sees on the cameras in her oldest one's room. That wasn't the internet business to put those thoughts in their head concerning yo. But did you think any of these aunties said anything to her? Do you think any of these sisters said anything to her? Do you think any of the friends said, "Listen, you shouldn't be talking about that about his business like that"? Absolutely not. When she said that Lauren had a crush on Jonelle, do you think anybody said anything, or did they sit there and say, "Oh, leave that baby alone," or "Well, he is cute. I don't blame him. He fine, girl. You got you." They was bigging him up and everything else up. See, people just go along to get along, going along to get along. Why ain't no soap in the bathrooms? Hmm? Because it's more important to look the part instead of be the part. A lot, and that's what a lot of hoes do on the internet. They come out here and want to look the part instead of be the part. And then they be hating on somebody that is the part. They be hating on a person who live in it while they got to pretend, hope, and live vicariously through somebody else's dreams, through somebody else's Louis Vuitton bags, through somebody else's swimming pool, somebody else's house, somebody else's body. See, when you ain't got your shit together and you ain't got nothing in your life you can fucking damn, be proud of, you just round here. You heard me, Sierra? They just round here at this point. Won't work on their own bodies, but want to big up about one. I'm confused. Then they want to tear down somebody who naturally may keep their shit together, naturally proud of who they are. Huh? They want to tell you to go fix your body, fix your teeth, fix your hairline, fix this, fix that, so you can look like Brianna. But they don't want you to point out the fact that the children ain't kept up like Brianna, huh? You want me to keep up with Brianna, but I want Brianna to keep her kids up with her, huh? But that type shit is an issue for people, huh? Don't worry about it. I'm trying to keep up with her, worrying about why the aura of the kids ain't matching this energy, huh? That big is a bum now. You better come on, gossip. You better come on with it. You better come on with it. He a bum now. He's a bum now. But he was that shit. It was all good just a week ago. You know what I mean? It's weird business, baby. That's why can't nobody grow. That's why these people can't grow. They too busy worrying about growing channels. That's what this shit became. Everybody so acting like a girl that ain't never had shit. Let me say that to the people in cheap seats. I said you acting like a and that ain't never had shit. Listen, they out here more worried about if they losing a subscriber than if they losing a dignity. They out here worried about if they losing a view or missing a cash out missing a super sticker that they forgetting all about the character, huh? She's so busy making sure every hair in place that she ain't making sure that her children are in place, that they feel their best selves, making sure how do they feel about the content that you put out. Have you ever asked them? Because they stuck with the content that you are you're presenting, excuse me, out here, huh? Look at the fans that, well, I ain't gonna say all of them, because you have the Brianna supporters, and then you have the others. You got the Brianna supporters, and then you have the sisterhood who go wherever, the fade blow. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you know what I mean? I do believe she has some supporters that really care about her. But baby, if this whoever was supporting Amora outing her, huh? Wasn't no friend of hers. Wasn't no friend of Brianna's. Hmm? Whoever turned their back on that girl when Amora decided to say whatever she wanted to say on her, come out with this so-called truth. Yeah, yeah. But they were bigging Janelle up into then when Amora told the truth about it, then everybody wanted to hate on Janelle. For what? If you wasn't too busy being a follower and treated it like you don't know these people in the first place, people wouldn't have to go back and forth. Well, we like them, then we don't. We like them, then we don't. We fool with them, then we don't. If you start evaluating people like an individual instead of as a cult or a sisterhood and grow the fuck up, you wouldn't have to worry about it. You wouldn't have to worry about saying, damn, you know, I was wrong about this and that and the third. Sometimes you're gonna be wrong about people, or whatever. But literally people out here just acting like somebody shit don't stink because what, you a loyal supporter? Cause you a loyal supporter? Yes. Oh, Sierra, you better talk about it. You better talk about it. Sierra said the fact that they still talking about DW and her baby is diabolical. I love the maturity DW display. Responded to them. They forget at one point they paid her as a minor to bash her daddy. They don't care. Ooh, ooh, Sierra. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Now you ain't told no tales. You ain't told no tales. You ain't told no tales. Cause baby, when she was up under Brianna, child, listen, Linda. And it's a shame. Cause in the same hand, people will say these children shouldn't be talked about. She is literally what, 3 months into being an adult? The girl was just a minor, like what, 3 months ago or some shit. Can't wait. They can't wait. They couldn't wait for her to become grown. So they could, and they didn't even wait because poor Deshari had been getting, slung around this thing since she was about 15 years old. She been caught in the middle of this bullshit ass back and forth between these adults. And that's a shame. Can y'all make sure y'all hit the like button for me? Going, stuck in the middle of a bunch of adults ping ponging you against different parents, ping ponging you to be against your mother, ping ponging you to be against your father, just ping ponging you, but not caring that about the fact that this is your village. These are people this girl needs in her life, whether they're having some bad times or not. At the end of the day, this is her circle, her village, right? It's not the internet that picks and choose when they want to see her do well, when they want to help her be a successful young mother and woman. Nah, the internet don't give a fuck. They'll help her as long as she's going along with whatever narrative they're trying to put out about a parent. That's sad shit. These motherfucking bitches don't give two shits about these children at all. At all. What's done in the dark comes into the light. I done already dropped messages where these children are being talked about. They're being talked about on a line now. Dale, her baby girl ain't nothing but what, 2 years old, and she's being talked about. So when you want to make it make sense, you got to make it make sense all the way. Otherwise, when people get shown as hypocritical and things of that nature, they end up mad at you. You end up being the bad guy because you point out how these things are being done all around the board. You know? Should nobody be out here trying to tell Desharia how to parent, what she needs to do, but won't tell Brianna? Huh? They worried about that. They say Brianna's young, huh? She's still growing up, but yet they sitting here want Desharia to have it all figured the fuck out. Make that make sense, huh? They want Desharia to be out here acting like them, like a 50-year-old, but they cool with Brianna acting like a 19-year-old and she's 34. Huh? Make that make sense. They ain't got no problem judging someone who clearly loves and adores their child, nurtures their child, takes care of their child, has a village around their child. Huh? A child being raised by also with a grandfather, which is the truth. Shout out, because honestly, I feel like Amira, I hope I'm saying her name right, Myra or Amira, excuse me. I think she's a beautiful person. I think she has a lot of class about herself. I think she's fun. She seems to be fun. She seems to be fun and yet gentle. You know what I mean? She seems like a person who, is very well rounded, to be honest with you, and that's just my opinion. So, personally, I think Desharia has a good thing going on. I don't watch everything or whatever, but I think she has a good thing going on. Yeah, you know and the fact that they want this little girl, they have no problem telling her what type of mother she needs to be, huh? They tell Desharia she shouldn't be thinking about going on no dates because she got a little girl at home, but yet they telling Brianna to throw her ass all in 17 circles and she got 6 of them at home, huh? They telling the 34-year-old go out here and dress half very undecently, and go out here and get your thought on, huh? They saying don't worry about taking care of your children hygiene. Just go worry about being that bad bitch, huh? But yet they want to sit here and Desharia got clothes on. Desharia on a wholesome, hell, you can go to the movies and go out to lunch with a friend at 16, 17 years old. They telling the 18-year-old who's with her child pretty much 24/7, huh? That she can't go get no wholesome air dressed like a decent young lady, huh? On a regular date, not I'm going to spend a night in a hotel room or I'm going to, lay up in some little young guy house or some shit. No, I'm going to get something to eat, maybe catch a movie or some shit. The shit that teenagers do whether they have a child or not. But you saying she can't do it with a village around her with one child, but you saying Brianna can do it without a decent village. She's in court with half her village, right? You telling her she can dress like a thought without a village, huh? Leave her kids at home to fend for themselves, where one of them gotta stay in a room so they won't be bothered by another one. Where one practically had to be the second mother to the others, huh? You saying all of that's okay, right? You saying it's okay for her to leave her children and go to Johnny Boy house, huh? You saying she can go lay up and spend the night at Johnny Boy house with several kids at home, huh? But you saying baby girl can't leave her baby with the granddaddy, uh-huh, and his decent girlfriend, who also has a little girl who looks healthy and happy, period. Yeah, I think that's another little girl that was made fun of or something. Somebody was talking about her hair. I don't know who, so don't come for my jugular. And I listen, it is what it is. But that's another little girl. If I'm not mistaken, didn't Amira come live crying because people was talking about her daughter's hair? I mean, you can't make this shit up. What's good for the goose has got to be good for the gander. Or listen, or let it not be for all. Another little girl. Why? Because people wanted to hate on the truth. So then they hated on Amira. And in the midst of that, who's the one that got talked about though? The child. But that was okay. That was okay though. Child. Why, thank you. I appreciate that because that's all we got. You heard me? Guts, glory, and truth. You did. But yeah, when you look at it these ways, if people stop going live to try to always refute and rebuttal some shit and take things for what it is, listen, they can talk about everybody kids, but they don't want. Oh, excuse me. Hold up. They can talk about everybody kids, but they don't want you talking about their girl kids outright. Yeah. So it's like at the end of the day, the shit be sounding goofy. You know what I'm saying? To me anyway. It be sounding goofy when people maliciously attack you because you have an opinion, but they can give theirs. You know what I'm saying? To me, like a lot of these people be taking the sucker way out. You know what I mean? They be taking the sucker way out. It's like if you grow up, you if you just take a moment and grow up instead of being malicious evil bitches, like listen, you might can do something with yourself instead of trying to fight everybody battles and just make sure your ducks in a row. Listen, people are grown. You know, if you want to have all your business out here, expect everybody ain't gonna coddle your shit. Everybody ain't gonna pretend that something looks good that don't. Like really, it's a lot of people need to grow the fuck up and take a look in the mirror. Take a look in the mirror because all you can be responsible for is not being a part of the problem. That's the only way people can really change, do their part, is to not be a part of the problem. You can't make it not a problem when it's convenient, but it's a problem when it's not. Hmm. Absolutely. Because I agree. I agree that kids should be left out of these things, right? I agree. But that should go for everyone's, you know? These the same people who will sit and not have nothing to do with my beef with someone. And hell, I've had my wound drug by both sides. Hell, one recently. One person, not even less than a month ago, was in my live talking shit about the place where my unborn kids have not came from yet. Don't nobody care about these children on this internet. They only care about the people who they running with children. And that's just the truth. They don't care about women on the internet. They don't care about who's being torn down. They only care about who's tearing down their people. You know? They'll say you ain't got no business calling they people ugly, but'll call you ugly when you call they people ugly. You heard me? Instead of them not being a part of the problem and saying, well, you know what? All of y'all are beautiful. No, they join in. Bitch, my people ain't ugly. You fucking ugly. You are not any better, any different at all. You know? When they people are doxxed, they laugh and they, promote it. They talk shit and all of that or whatever. Um but when it's you or they enemy, they ain't got no problem with it. They don't mind dragging other people homes and shit instead of saying y'all shouldn't be showing other people stuff. No, 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 no. They only got a Hey, Tommy, love you, sis. They only got a problem when it's their people. They'll say, oh, you putting that family in danger. Y'all shouldn't be doing that. But when it's they op, oh, they don't care. They don't mind at all. And that's just on the set. But with that being said, y'all, I'm going to get ready to go because I am hungry and it's time for me to eat and take dog out. So thank y'all though for joining. Doxing is definitely dangerous. It is. It is. But baby, they don't mind. They don't mind. And lastly, they'll think just because they didn't do it, then it's not bad, but they'll sit in an audience and clap for somebody else doing it. Crazy work. And in conclusion, people need to grow the fuck up. People need to act like this is a public platform where people can speak their mind, and people need to stop bitching and complaining about shit that they have been a part of and not a part of the solutions. And so I think everybody need to take a good look in the mirror and see where have I showed something different? Huh? Am I on the back ends laughing about the same shit? Am I fighting for somebody else's husband not to be spoken on? But then I go and laugh when jokes or bad things are said on somebody else's husband. Ask yourself where you are. Am I laughing when somebody else pulls up at somebody else's house? But then I say it's wrong when somebody pull up at my people's house. Then it's wrong and it's criminal. But I'll sit in an audience and laugh about somebody else making jokes about somebody else pulling up on somebody else's fucking house. Yeah. Look at in the mirror. Too busy clapping, you don't see where you're a part of the problem. Too busy trying to be a part of the circus, you don't see how you're one of the clowns. Interesting. Too busy going along to get along. 1 minute saying what you should have never fooled with, but if they got some tea that you think worthy, oh, come on in. Come on in. You got some juice, you got some tea. Would you like a snack? Would you like a water? Come on in. Baby, ain't nobody out here standing in a square. It is a lot. Going along to get along. That's the problem. This is all about money. Absolutely. Absolutely be the same one talking about who's shaking cans, but rushing to get a can to shake. You heard me? Listen, you can't take this internet shit seriously. And that's why people don't really like me like that, because I see the bullshit for where it is and I call that shit out. It be the same ones that can't get monetized that talk shit about others that are. And you just doing this or doing that for money. You doing this or you doing that for clicks and views, but then do the same thing for money, for clicks and views. Like, go sit down somewhere. People are literally surviving off of looking to see what somebody else doing. Somebody actually went live and talked about how the other day I had 6 people in my live, and I did. We all know why. You know what I'm saying? We all know why. We know that people like myself don't take hits naturally. We always know that they're forced, all right? We already know that. You know what I mean? They like to do shit to manipulate things to happen. And then, oh, look, nobody cares. Nobody give a bitch. You know what you're doing. Bitches, you know what you're doing. However, but yeah, they people just do the most, you know, and they fight for the wrong shit. And that's just it. That's all. Like, if you want to make a difference, make a damn difference. Stop being a part of the problem, then complaining about the same problem you are part of on Monday, but it's a problem on Wednesday. Like, no. Stand in your square, or else that shit you talking is null and void. You know? Support Brianna. But if somebody else wants to point out that, you know, perhaps being, you know, walking around like she does ain't gonna get her the life that she's sitting here hoping to find in these men that she's choosing, you know, that body is getting her the selections that, you know, she's getting, those that really don't want to spend a lifetime with her, you know. It's a reason why none of these men are sticking around. It's a reason why she ain't celebrated uh a 10-year anniversary. So with that being said, you know, you gotta, you know, y'all need to get out y'all, everybody need to get out their emotions. Everybody don't have to like everybody. Everybody doesn't have to feel how you feel about somebody, you know? They don't. People literally get mad because you can't convince the masses that somebody else is perfect, that somebody's the perfect parent, perfect wife, perfect this, living in a perfect life. Like, if all you can say to win an argument is somebody jealous because they speaking on somebody, like, you think the and not for nothing and not to speak on that lady because I'm not here for that or whatever. But it's just like saying, if you in an argument with Amora or something, her having a fucking pool in the backyard don't negate if somebody want to say, oh, that's diabolical to be making fun or mocking the deceased. You having a pool in the backyard don't negate that you mock the dead. You know what I'm saying? So, just as an example, I ain't starting up with the lady coming for her. I'm using it as an example. Like, you really got some dodos that'll be like, they, you know, they don't care about who mocking the dead. They just, thank you, Ty. I love you, baby. They, um, they just jealous. They just jealous. If you say something like, damn, you need to cook more for your man or something. They just mad because they ain't got a pool. They just mad because, like, what does that have to do with the price of tea in China? The fuck? You know, you be like, you know, you need to do better with your pay. I love you so much, Ty baby, and you know this. You know this. I really appreciate your love and support. You know what I'm saying? You be like, you could do better on, you know, your children's hygiene. Oh, they just mad because they ain't got no big booty. They just mad because they ain't got no veneers. They just like, what? They just mad because they got 4C hair. They just, I'm sorry, what? You know, that's how you know people just go along to get along. They have nothing to rebuttal what you're saying. They have nothing to show. That's not true. Da 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 da. You know, y'all lying on that girl. She don't dress half half in the, you know, in the, you know. She's a conservative dresser. She's this, she's that. You can't say that. You can't say it. You know? That's just it. That's all. So when people can't, you know, that's why a lot of fights happen on the internet. This is why people maliciously strike channels, maliciously report people's lives because they trying to fight but ain't got one. This is why malicious things and attacks happen on people when they ain't got nothing better to do than try to, fuck with your channel and shit. Because when you can't refute the truth, like you just sitting there looking dumb. You know? They literally get mad when they have no comeback. Like, oh shit. Damn, they right. Let's go report their channel. Yeah, they right. Let's go. They tell her the truth about me. Let's go give them a strike. Like, that's sucker shit. It's not content creation. That's not content creation. That's I do well as long as people ain't questioning what I'm saying. That's what that is. The you can't debate or hold a real conversation. It's easy to hold a conversation when everybody is have to go along with what you saying in order to be a part of your audience. It's easy to say, um, this, that, and the third. Um, when people know if they tell the truth of how they feel, it will start arguments and get you kicked out of places and whatever else have you. That's what happens. People don't be blocking you, they be blocking the truth. Thank you, Tommy. I love you. Thank you, sis. Thank you so much. And I hope you enjoy yourself and have a safe return home from your vacation. Shout out to you. Thank you, sis. Shout out to my GGs. Um, thank you, baby. Shout out to the mod squad and the members. And everybody in between. You did. But yeah, so that's just what it is. That's how all these malicious groups and things and smear campaigns and crazy things are formed. This is why people dox. You made it home. Good, good, good. I'm so glad. Hey, Scorpio, my love. Good to see you. This is why people have to get groups together to try to take people down because they can't handle the truth. That truth hurts. See, the lies they tell don't hurt the person they're coming for like the truth hurts them. You know? You would be pointing out some YouTube related shit on a person and they want to go and figure out where you went to high school. What the hell does that have to do with yesterday on YouTube? That's how you know. That's how you know. You know? And then everybody call themselves real content creators. No, it doesn't. If you can't handle somebody's words without trying to silence them, well, you're not a good debater. You just good with yes men. You just good when nobody crosses your opinion in your chats. You don't know how to handle a conversation when somebody comes back or plays the advocate or as they like to say the devil's advocate, but I don't like that term. But yeah, when somebody playing the opposite side of a conversation, a lot of people can't handle it. They get antsy, they get angry, they get mean. They do not want you questioning what they're trying to put out. To me, that type of shit make you better. It makes you a better researcher. It makes you a better communicator. You know, it makes you understand, or shall I say, you communicate better. So yeah, I don't want to sit around with people that's scared to piss me off so they don't tell me the truth. People scared to, say, hey, that's not cool. That's not wrong. That's why I'm thankful for the people that I have in my YouTube world. This is not a place that is guided or directed by my family at home and stuff. This is held together by the team you create on YouTube that supports you, that wants to see you succeed, that's going to pull up, even if it's not about this, that, or the third, that's, going to uplift you. Not, people that know the truth and not run around here trying to get cheap wins, not trying to take sucker shots and shit. You heard me? I want people that want to see me win the right way. You heard me? Not fall on my face. Absolutely not. But anywho, you guys, I am going to run. I thank y'all so much for pulling up, being a blessing, and coming to check me out. I may be live later. Please make sure you subscribe to my other channel as well as my Kick. I'm thinking I will be live over on Kick. You already know that channel name is Break Room on the Set. So yes, please stop by if you would like to kick it. Excuse me, kick it, have some laughs, just whatever. Sit back, relax, or whatever type of thing, and maybe listen to some tunes. Who knows? You know what I mean? If not, if I'm back over here, then I'll be speaking about the Carmelo Anthony case briefly. You know what I mean? So either way, look for me a little later if you like. And until then, I love you all. I'm thankful for this wonderful family, and I'm really leaning towards not saving. I'm thinking I'm gonna save the Carmelo Anthony for tomorrow around this time. So I'm gonna go ahead and say you could probably look for me on Kick later if you got the time and just want to stop by and say hello, relax with me. I won't be over there doing any backflips. I won't be over there in diamonds and pearls and to put on no show for nobody. We don't do that. We come as we are, how we want to be. We'll probably be kicking it in some Kick It Lounge, being our regular cute as fuck self. Okay. So come join me. Yes, the links have been dropped in the chat to both of my channels. If you are not already subscribed, please go subscribe to the Break Room Club 411, Club 411, and also to my Kick Break Room on the Set, which is probably 99% chance that's where I will be later, just to kick it on some hump day chill shit. And I would love to have you all join me or whatever. Come say hello, listen to a song or two, have a laugh, whatever. So, with that being said, God bless you all. May you enjoy the rest of your day today, and don't forget to tell yourself something amazing. All right, don't wait for nobody else to big you up. All right, that should just be a plus to you bigging yourself up. All right, I love y'all. Thank you, my squad. Thank you, members. Thank you, family. Shout out to y'all.